The EX-S Gundam was the star of Gundam Sentinel, a visual graphic novel from the Model Graphics magazine, and a unique and significant chapter in the history of Gundam, as it cemented the legacy of master designer Katoki Hajime. So here is a look at the very first EX-S Gundam action figure to be mass-produced. Standing about 7 inches tall, the scale of this figure is very close to being 1/44. With the huge fuel tanks on either side, it is the first complete EX-S Gundam from Bandai. It is superbly modeled and sculpted. In fact, the proportion is as perfect as you can get. It is wonderfully detailed, beautifully painted, with clever engineering and surprisingly durable construction. They all contributed to creating this masterpiece in the Gundam fixed figuration universe. This is a 2-in-1 pack, and in the package you're getting all the necessary parts for the S Gundam, as well as all the extra armor and optional attachments to convert it into the EX-S Gundam. Well, since I have all the parts disassembled, I want to take this opportunity to talk about the articulation of this figure. So just bear with me 1 second. So here is the EX-S Gundam with all the armors removed. I think it's an easier way to look at the articulation and some of the details on this figure that otherwise might have been hidden by all the armors on the outside and all the different parts that's hanging off of it. So what I did was I took it apart and tried to surface some of the joints here. I sent down this ball joint and these other parts here that are lying in front. I sent down all the joints and removed the paint that was applied on top of it, and hopefully that will help prolong the longevity of the joints, making them less susceptible to corrosion and fusing over time. Yeah, I think it's one of the few things that you can do, just try to preserve the figure itself, or preserve the joints and therefore preserve the figure. So let's look at articulation here. The head has just a tiny bit of side rotation. It doesn't move, well, actually it does. It does move back and forth a little bit, as you can see. And I want to show the shoulder joint here. So this is the pack where the shoulder would go into. So right now you can see that it does turn quite a bit. It doesn't turn too much to the front, but it can go back a full 180, but that's without the shoulder. Once you put the shoulder on top of it, immediately you'll notice that, you know, I didn't push all the way in, but the all these parts here, all these armor parts here will be in the way. So you actually have just a very small amount or a small range of movement once the part is installed. So, you know, I wish they had thought about that a little bit better. But anyways, in terms of the leg, so these stabilizers on the back will go back 45 degrees roughly, and the leg can bend quite a bit at the hips, And at the knees, it's only a single joint here, and it will only go back that far. There's not a lot of movement in the feet area as well. Just basic rotation that will help you stabilize the figure when it's standing on its own. And then let's look at the arm. Again, this part will hang off of the actual shoulder of the figure, and you have, I do like this design. There's a separate ball joint here for the actual arm, and it does rotate and bend forward just past 90 degrees.
In the S Gundam mode, the figure has a slim profile, very clean lines, and a natural flow. Special parts are also provided for the knees, and with a set of nicely crafted back boosters, the look of the S Gundam is complete. To convert from S Gundam to EX-S Gundam, we can start by replacing the undershoulder attachment, changing it from the support arm to the support arm that's attached to the fuel tank. The joint is also cleverly designed so that it will take on both a ball joint connection as well as a round peg type of attachment. The 3-piece leg armor attachment has a clever design that allows it to clamp onto the lower part of the leg in a very secure way. And although the chest and waist armor pieces are simply clip-on, they are really well molded, so they have a good fit and will stay on well. We can then replace the knees with the new optional parts, and to complete the look of the EX-S Gundam, we simply replace the S Gundam style back boosters with the EX-S Gundam style Wave Cruiser double boosters. The GFF figure stand that comes in the package connects to the back of the EX-S Gundam using a well-designed connection to provide substantial support that holds up the figure and to keep it upright. The stand also provides very good leg clearance so that the figure can be posed in a very natural manner. The Smart Gun is wonderfully detailed with a detachable radar sensor unit and a nicely crafted heat shield in the front. However, the back end of the Smart Gun is made of PVC, so it is slightly warped, but a hot and cold water treatment should fix and straighten out the back end. In the S Gundam mode, the weight of the figure is well distributed and it can stand on its own. In the EX-S Gundam mode, you can proudly display it with the custom GFF display stand that comes with this figure. The EX-S Gundam is fully painted from top to bottom, with multicolor paint application, panel lining, some light weathering effects, and full body markings. It is a glorious finish. Although some may consider the overall paint job average, I think it is well done for a mass-produced product. And the paint job is extremely durable and protects the entire figure against yellowing as long as it is shielded from direct sunlight. My figure has been in storage on and off for 23 years. The finishing looks fresh and you can still see the fine details that are imprinted on the body throughout. It is a fantastic piece to display, and even to this day, I still think that it is one of the most beautifully mass-produced products from the Bandai catalog, or at least from this series. The figure is really well balanced. It is imposing and majestic at the same time. The body proportions are perfectly recreated, and it really fits in with the ideal image of what the EX-S Gundam should look like. From time to time, I do see this becoming available in the secondary market for a very good price. While individual items may be different from one another, I hope that this video will give you an idea of what you might be getting should you go for one of these. Some of these figures may be older and less sophisticated than what we're used to today, but occasionally you'll come across a gem like this. So what do you think of the GFF EX-S Gundam? Is it too old for your liking? Or will you give it a shot if the right opportunity comes across? And more importantly, did this video help your research when considering this item? Let me know in the comments section below, and thanks very much for watching.